Hi everybody. So I'm doing these videos and then I'm going to upload each one of them uh, at a time. And so welcome to my channel. My name's Sam Durbridge. The videos that I'm talking about right now are the dark ascension knowledge with some other good knowledge in it. And then versus the light ascension knowledge and connected to Star Wars, Stargate, and all of those different shows, and Harry Potter as well, and others that connected to ancient knowledge as well as to why they're all giving that information they're given, because it's connected to agreements the military and other things have done to get this reality world to be going the direction they've orchestrated at, but really it's all a show. And so the higher form of self is always the controller of all realms and timelines and corrects and heals it all. And we can help it. We are it. So there we go. So, and then I talked about Christ and his wedding. So the wedding, I'm going to go into that a little bit more. So Christ's wedding of that parable, or the teaching of the Aquarius age time, they're talking about getting your light ready, making sure that you're keeping your light lit. Make sure you have enough oil to get you through. So what it's talking about is make sure you have enough vibration to endure the darkness that may try to take you down before you get there. And to forgive yourself and heal. You'll be okay if you hold to that light. And if you're promised that you'll be okay, then you are okay. And you already are. Because you're listening to me and you're open to listening to me on this, you are okay if you desire to be in your heart. And same with what your heart led you here for. Now, I'm not trying to be boastful. I'm not trying to say I'm some special person and that's why. No, it's what I was promised. It was what I was told. Anybody that chooses to hear will be blessed, and those that choose to bless me and pray for me unconditionally will be blessed even more. And I can't say that about you or others unless you feel the same. And if you feel the same, I bless you because I want you to be blessed too, just as equally as I would like to be. We all matter equally and unconditionally. Unconditional love. Unconditional joy, peace, love. Okay. So what I'm going to bring up, and I got this list here that I'm just looking at. So the wedding, and I said weeding, that's funny. So, but that's kind of a good concept there too. So when you're weeding things out of your life and you're correcting it to be better, you're able to heal and be ready for better soil and better planting and a better growth. And now you have land, or you have an area where you can do more with. So there you go. That's awesome. So what is important about this is the Aquarius age change is between December 21st, 2020 is what was happening. That was the first conjunction, and it goes all the way to February 19th. Isn't that interesting? It's going at least a couple of months, 2 months. But it seems like it's gotten really rough for a lot of us, that we're getting threatened for speaking our mind and being honest, but being accused of things that we never said or meant by, but they took it as such. And now our life and our funds and other things are threatened, and so what we need to do is heal that. So I've been praying a lot because of this concern, because they're trying to get us stuck in their vibrational of what they think this realm and this world needs to be. So many of us are hoping, we've been praying and hoping that the 21st of January, and even now, today, the 17th and the 18th is my birthday, will correct all this, will free us and help us. So I bless right now that we can. Now, if it's too religious for some of you, it's the vibration focus of blessing things into being science. I'm not part of necessarily any religion other than I'm my own minister of my own belief that we're all connected to the same universe through the ulc.org. And it's free to be your own minister, but to get to the credentials, you would just pay for it just so that they can print it out and send it to you with the graphics or whatever they give you, an official seal of saying you are. And so here's something I want to let you be aware of. All of contracts and all controls are all going to change. So we don't need to worry about credentials or anything much anymore. Soon what's going to happen is all of that will not even matter. We will be whatever we are. And we are everything, and everything is us. And so we are going to be our perfect form of self changed. And that is what's happening. Kasara, Nasara, all of that stuff, the financial system of freedom. And what it's going to be is your unlimited wealth. Tell yourself your unlimited wealth, because that is what you're supposed to be getting. Unlimited health, wealth, and happiness. Bless that into being. Bless that into being. Now. And that is the focus. So you are unlimited that. Now, what is really cool about this connection of where we can call other forms of stuff that we want to feel loved, and we want extra help, and we don't have that extra help, we can look at it as, well, there is a form of self out there. There is other forms of higher form, if that is a possibility. I'm going to call that form of self and hope that they will hear me and be there with me, because they would always be if they are, and help me to have that made up for the forms of self that I would like acceptance from, that haven't been there for me in the way that I would like to. And I want to feel like I'm enough. I want to hear that from them. And so I ask the higher form of them that already knows I want that to be in proxy of them before they know and remember it all. Until then, I feel I would require it now. And if they're not going to give it to me, then I got to get it from the one that knows. And so that individual form of self does know what I've gone through and what acceptance I want from them, and they are them. And so now they can give me that acceptance and love that they know I fully need. And now I don't have to worry about getting it from the ones that don't know better. It's okay. They're fine. Now my blocks are healed. Now I've been accepted and loved and hugged. Because if they just knew all the things that are going on, they just knew and were aware of what I've gone through, and they knew my heart, and they knew what I dealt with, and they knew all the things that they are doubting, and then they finally know it. And that they have the power to correct it, they would, if they really knew. And so that's how I think about my mom, my dad, others. That if they just knew, they would hug and they would create it all. If they knew why I was going through and all the struggles I've dealt with and all the things that secretly have been done to me, that maybe the form of self can't accept or is unaware. But if they knew and they had the power to stop it and heal it and correct it all for all, and knew how to fully do it the best way for all, they would. And I just know that. And that's what I hold to. And I want them to be loved, and them to realize that I would want to be there for them. And if I had the ability, the things to help them in the way that they would want me to, same for them. Healing for them. And they would just need to connect with that form or with this form, knowing that if the blessing that I have it, the issue is we think that they do, or we think others should do, and they should know, but maybe they don't. And even if they did, there's something holding them. So the higher form of them that is peaceful and good, that knows what matters and can be done and would do it fully and freely for us, that's the one we connect with. Because they would do it instantly, and they now are here to do that. So I just brought that in. So isn't that cool? So now we can be loved and accepted for those forms. And they can cry and bawl with us, and now we are healed, and now those blocks are done. Because wouldn't you want that? So that's what that is. And so with our oil lamps, we want to enlighten that oil lamp to show up and be. And so now that we have that oil lamp, and we are that oil, we connect with that, and we are the lamp, we are the oil and the lamp, we connect one together, and that's the light and the spirit, by the way. The spirit ignites the energy of the water connection to create the light connection. It puts balance to boost the field, to send desire outcome to the field, because it is memory, and then it just creates that spark to to be. So, yeah. So they're like, but water can't ignite. Not true. Spiritual energy form of water can. Because in the Bible, what did what's-his-face do to the wood? He dumped water on the wood and he said, God can ignite this even with the water on it. And I think it was Elijah or someone that did that. And forgive me if I got that wrong, but it was a really cool awareness. And then he did it 12 times. Because you got the 12 dimensions, 12 tribes. 2 plus 1 is 3. The 3 connections. And there's 3 connections with the light side too, where you have the master, apprentice, and then you do have seer. And so there you go. So it's just so cool to be aware of this. So the next thing is, with the wedding, we are getting a wedding of our own for our soulmates, and we're getting our true soulmates. So many people ask me this question, well, what happens if the one that I'm with, that I care about, isn't my soulmate? How will that feel if we're separated from each other when we've been together in this lifetime or other? I'll be like, it will be not that hard, because you'll say thank you for the journey. We care. You'll still be friends. You'll just finally feel completely connected to the one that really will fulfill you, that gets you to be the higher form that you're meant to. So it's not like you're being ripped. If you're already with your soulmate, then you won't have to. Some will be very grateful because they've already been with them, and that's why they've always had miracles together in their lifetime, where there's never been much pain because you've always had miracles. That's how you would know they're your full soulmate, or at least your balanced soulmate, because you would have more miracles than destruction. But you would have immensely blessings all the time because you are with that soulmate. And the soulmate is with you, and you've always gotten along, and you've always just mastered each other. And you were irritated, but you just always were drawn back to each other all the time, because that connection was always what you both were for. It's just once you connected, they had a piece of you that they needed, that you needed, and then you had a piece of you that they needed. And so you both are 1-2 pieces, yin and yang connection, and that's what that all is. So it's really cool, but it's better than just black and white. It's colors. It's more of a golden connection. So you're no longer black and white. It's golden connection field. I would say it would be a blue and green field. Calm and heart. That's what that is. Or voice and heart connection balance, which would be the thymus, the thyroid, the connection, the blossom, the flower, the lotus flower blossoming. That's what that is. And so green and blue are the lotus blossom, and when those come together, they also have pink in the lotus blossom, and the lotus blossom has pink with white, because the pink is love and relationship balance. The pink energy is the connection to the third eye connection, which makes the purple connection, but the purple connection can also be greedy, and so it makes the violet connection, because you got the pink connecting with the blue, making the violet connection. So that's what's great. Your throat with the pink that you activated with the balance of the blue and the green, activating the pink relationship, which is the balanced heart of everything, and brings charity, gold, and an abundance of love and abundance of wealth, because you have that balance now, that divine feminine, divine maximum balance. So I brought this up before, but there is a show called Heaven is For Real, and there was a painting that was done that a girl says she saw Christ in a life after experience, and came back and she painted Christ with blue and green eyes, like the earth color of the universe, earth eyes. And some say that that's what Christ's eyes are blue and green, color of the world, because he is the heart, and the earth is heart. Earth is heart, has heart in it. Earth, heart, heart, earth. It's pretty impressive, actually. But it's within the eyes and the soul, which is the heart of everything. And Christ is within the heart, dwells within. And that's why the blue and green you see in Tibetan bowls and other stuff that have been prayed and blessed in. I've seen that around my atmosphere in my bowls. It's always a blue and green color, sometimes turquoise. It's pretty cool, actually. It made me realize that Christ is speaking to me through those bowls or blessing me or around. So it's pretty cool. And it usually shows up when it starts drying the water, and then it's there. It's pretty impressive. It's like a turquoise is part of the bowl. And so I'm just like, that is awesome. So that's what that frequency does. It makes that. The 432 and 528 both do that frequency connection. It's pretty cool. Miracle of nature and miracle of repairing DNA. So there you go. So brought up blockages, acceptances, which is awesome, because once you have the connection with your connected higher form of family, of mom, parents, and whatever, that if they just knew and just see that there is a higher form of them, regardless how long lifetimes it takes to get them to be enlightened beings, that enlightened being is within a time that's within all time and no time. So it doesn't have the same time as we do in this realm. And so it was them and was us, and can connect with us from within connection of just us asking it to. And it hears us all the time because it remembers being us. So it can be there for us and talk to the other versions of them if they're not us, and then they can communicate with us to help us at this time and date that we're asking for the help in. So we have multiple connections, and just think and see that as though that communication is going on, and now it's here for you and blessing you at this moment because you desire it to. So that's a good focused meditation feeling to think on. And now they're among us in this video, and have been since I brought it up. Oh, it's so cool. So cool. So now they're healing, now they're helping in all the things that are about to bring us our gift and our blessing of wealth and happiness. And we just keep holding to that and forgive us, and they know that they can forgive us for our doubt or concern of it because of what we've all gone through and the pain that we feel that it hasn't happened sooner, and why haven't they done it for us yet, and all this stuff. We need to let that go and realize, they're doing it now. We can do it now, and it is now. And then just keep praying, keep holding, and they'll bring it. And they're already starting to now. Some it will happen to you fast, and it already is. And just keep telling yourself it already is. Keep focusing and praying. Eat food if you need to eat food. Do the things that you feel you need to do to keep going. But know that you are now loved and you are now being provided. So I wanted to do this video because I felt I needed to do it before I continue my praying and focus needs that I've been doing. So from desire to acceptance, and then so January 20th to February 19th. Okay, good. And then the 24th is a Sunday. That's the day that the emergency for Washington, D.C. and all of that is go and tell, is what I've heard some say. But things are going to happen between the 20th and the 21st because the season of Aquarius starts the 21st. And then it goes towards, but the 20th, if someone's born on the 20th, you would be an Aquarius baby, even though the 21st is the season of the start. So that's pretty impressive. So now that will happen, but some say it's happening today, the 17th, and tomorrow, something big by tomorrow. And so I think that is going to occur, and so because I've been praying and hoping for something like that, so I don't have to wait until the 21st or 20th, because we've waited long enough. things need to start changing and healing, creating. So that's what we want to bless. We want to put doubts aside or worries aside, concerns aside, and forgive ourselves for any of that and just bless it. So this is really cool because this actually has turquoise color in this. Green is blue. That's cool. And it has green in the middle, which is the heart. That is so cool. So this represents the field and the heart and everything that I just described, with synchronicity is everywhere. So this is really cool. It's got violet in here too. It's awesome. So it brings up the flower and all. Oh, wow. And yellow is the field. And then it turns into orange in the new realm. The balance colors are going to be the new chakras. That's what I was drawn to and noticed. So Star Wars, we already went into that. Vibration blockage, healing is now done. From desired acceptance, yep, we got that acceptance, and we still are connecting to that acceptance constantly, and loved now, cared for. They're hugging us, they're bawling with us, they now know us, they now give us what we wanted now from the higher form of them, to make up for the lower forms not being ready yet, but they will. And then they'll do the same with us when they're ready. And so huge peace and happiness. Okay, yes, I felt huge peace and happiness when I did the Sophigo frequencies. It was pretty cool. So 417, 528, and what's the next one? I want to say it was 432. Those were the miracle grace frequencies and heart frequency connections to root and everything. Then another is connected to, the next is, I did another one that's the mid frequency, and then I did a mixed frequency again of the balance frequency is 639. It's heals relationships, but then above that is the higher realm frequencies. They give you a lot of warmth and calm bliss feeling, and that is the 741, the 852, and the 963. Those are cool. Those are powerful. So here's the other. Raw vegan raises your vibes as well. Mushroom, the red juice, and Organifi I've heard is really good. And I like Organifi. I've tried it with the green one. The other ones, I think I tried red juice and I thought it was good. But yeah, it gives you a lot of clarity. I have a mushroom. Biolabs does a mushroom complex mix that is supposedly organic form and plant-based connection to a lot of mushroom connections that really makes your insides and your brain function work faster and connect and catch on to things. But when you do, it really can irritate others if you let them be aware of it. But if you stand up and see, I was around some balanced energies that I was drawn to be part of, and it put me on a direction that I was sort of okay with, but also irritated that I chose to be on or got put on. But I knew there was a purpose to it. So even bad things aren't necessarily all bad. They help you for a future direction. And it's possible that that individual is still talking to me as someone else. And I kind of felt that maybe they were, and I was helping them with that knowledge. And I do think that there are those that are pretending to be others, and I'm helping them because they still want help from me, because they still respect my awareness of things. And they felt that I was amazing, but they're trying to manipulate getting that knowledge, knowing I can give it to them rather than being the real them and getting it from me. Because a lot of people want to pretend to be someone else, thinking that you won't respect the real them for all the stuff you went into. So they want you to give them the energy of not knowing it's them. And I catch on to that really big. But even if it isn't them, it doesn't matter to me, because I love everybody regardless of what they've done to me, more than what they think. But I don't want that residual harm of them, and I think this is their way of masking their judgment so that they don't feel like I'm going to judge them for what they've already done to me before that they probably feel bad about or don't care, but they still want to try to siphon from me, but they don't need to siphon. We all are one, and we want to heal, and maybe they're not trying to do that. They're just trying to get the benefits that they know I have knowledge of, but they don't want to really come out and do that. They want to feel loved by pretending to be someone else, thinking that I'll accept them more and there will be less drama from being a fake person. But I'm about being authentic and honest and letting go of those other issues that we've all dealt with and putting judgments and doubts aside and healing each other in a full, unconditional way, not thinking that I want to add on to they need to do this and do that now, like some do when they get blessings. I don't want to be that way. I want to let that be a way, and I want to heal our needs without trying to be fake and different people. We can be the same forms and get along once we accept and are honest about what we saw the good in them. But it's so hard for them, so some have to put on a mask and be something else, because then they can be loved more. Because then they can also find out what people think about them behind their back still, if we are willing to let it be known if they ask us. Because sometimes they want to know what we might be telling other people, so they'll pretend to be other people to see if we'll bring up anything about those individuals. And sometimes we do. And we don't necessarily need to, but we still love and care, and they might find out that we still love and care about them, which might make them realize that we aren't as bad as they thought we were. And so really it's really interesting about what others would think I would think. And really we all just want to be accepted for us. We just want unconditional love. We want to be loved and appreciated for our own insight on why we are choosing to do what we do, and have others to respect and put in our shoes of why we're choosing to, even if they can't comprehend why, even if they don't think why we're doing it is true. Some people think we're being facades when we're not anymore, because we used to be. For me, I'm not going to be a facade. I'm going to be fully open to why I choose to do what I do, because of what I witnessed is going on. And what I want to go further, even if it sounds weird to do it, thinking that I should already be able to. But there's so much change happening in this world and realm that it's just getting better and better. So bless you all. I just wanted to let you be aware. But yeah, so now, so I've realized some stuff that we are connected to some new connections. And we're about to fully wake up, hopefully, to where everybody, and regardless whether you want to call it hopium or whatever, hopefully is a good vibration. Hope is what Superman wears on his chest. That S is a symbol of his family crest, and it means hope. I've heard it being said that way before, and I thought that is awesome. And that's the first letter of my name and middle name, SS. Samuel Spirit, Samuel Stephen Durbridge, Samuel Durbridge. But really, Samuel was given through a prayer that my dad did in the religion he was a part of. But when I had my experience in 2017, it's as if that name was given in a better context now, in an unconditional love context, as if now it is a special name for me. Even if it really wasn't, it'll be as though it is, but better than what my dad thought it was for. And it's connected to an appreciation that I was loved. And not just my dad for hoping to give me a good name, but by the Creator itself that is all of us, loves me and also loves you. Because the love I felt when I witnessed that experience was everybody's love. Doesn't matter whether you're part of a religion or not, or whatever. We're about to realize that it's unconditional love, and that everybody is everybody, and it is okay to love and be what you feel you should be. And that was what was so cool, is it was so powerful, so strong, so peaceful. Sorry, I'm kind of crying without crying here, because that's my tear ducts don't always cry. Ever since birth, I've always had that issue, but I've always felt a warmth of that, and it gets into that over time. I really do care deeply in my heart about doing what I know matters for all and freeing all, and that we all can have Gasara, Nasara, and meds without meds that are just energy science healing, because meds are suppressed and they're not really, unless it's food and natural food energy that's not synthetic, that's fully healthy and vibrant and high vibe. That's what I go for. Raw, organic, vegan type stuff. It's what saved my life and reverse things and help me realize that when you raise up your vibrations, getting more oil in you to have more of an oil that is natural food oils, natural food things that are natural, organic, raw form rather than synthetic stuff, and less acidic stuff and more high vibe stuff, you become that power of the oil to light the lamp, and then you can ignite it and be that oil lamp of light within you. You are the light, and you can shine it. And then you shine bright, and then you are that bright sun. And you become that bright sun. And now you become the form of self that you desire to be. So you are that bright sun, you are that strength, you are that hope, you are that peace. And now you can be all that you are already. And now you can be the light and share the light with others. Share that light with others. And then now you are both sharing back and forth. Just like Celestine Prophecy brings up the movie and the book. They bring up the 8 or 9 insights. I want to say 9 insights, which is really powerful and really connecting. And it's just, we all matter. And we all are of matter. And we are all important in the heart of hearts. When I say heart of hearts, many probably wonder what I mean by that. Heart of hearts is basically, it's really easy. And when we find our soulmate connection, when we get into the wedding and get welcomed into the wedding, what's going to happen is people are afraid, but what if when I get my soulmate, how will that happen? Will I lose my other and now we can't? No, you'll still be friends with them. You'll still be connected with them because you have a journey, but now you're with your fullness of self connection that fully can give you, and it will be like you were in a Truman Show and now you're in the real world. So this was a fake world and all things will be revealed, and then you'll know and you won't have to worry about why. It's going to be amazing. So bless you all from the heart. I care about every one of you. Thank you so much, and enjoy the shift. Bless you all.